GFN Global Filipino Network.
VILMA, live in LA, Season 2, Episode 21. Hi there, and welcome to VILMA, live in LA, Season 2, Episode 21. Happy Father's Day. So to all the dads out there, you guys are fabulous, you guys are terrific, and we appreciate you so much. And to all the dads over there that have transitioned and watching over us always, we love you forever. Happy Father's Day. So on the show tonight, we feature an author and an entrepreneur all the way in Switzerland, Donna Avellana Kunzler. So she's going to share her book, fabulous book, Overseas Fabulous Pinay. So that right here on the show. Then we head on over to the Philippines where we interview Ding Mercado of the New Minstrels. Remember way back when? Well, he's on the show tonight. Yes, exciting, isn't it? We also visit the Star Wars Cantina. You know that scene? Well, there's actually a place like that in Hollywood. So check it out with me. I get to go visit it for a little bit. And we also have our bloopers tonight. You get to hear Miss Coco Abigail song again, her latest single, NANANANA. It is out now. And it also features the voices of my nieces, Zara, Sienna, and my nephew, Zad. So with Coco Abigail, these kids are just so amazing. So that and much more right here on VILMA, live in LA.
Happy Father's Day, Daddy! Hi, hello, and I'm having bubblegum right now. I can't really blow it. And also, Happy Father's Day, Daddy! I love you, Daddy. And also, sometimes I go to Circle K with you, and that makes me happy. Also, sometimes we go some places where we can go together. And also, thank you for taking me to places like the bank, I guess. Anyways, I love you, Daddy. Happy Father's Day. Happy Father's Day, Daddy. I love you and I like you reading stories with me. So I love you very, very much. Happy Father's Day, Daddy. Hello viewers, it's Coco Abigail here. I would like to wish every father around the world a happy Father's Day, especially to my dad. I love you. Thank you for your support and happy Father's Day. Bye.
I'm Zach.
Diana.
Happy Father's Day.
Okay, out and about, and here we go. The Cantina in Hollywood. Yeah, remember that Star Wars scene where they were drinking these multi-galaxical, did I say that right? Okay, multi-galaxy people that are enjoying. So, yeah, enjoy it with me. Out and about in Hollywood. All right, viewers out there, welcome to VILMA Live in LA. We have Ding Mercado, and we are zooming over to the Philippines. And he is actually in Naga City, is that correct? Hi, Ding.
That's correct.
Yes.
Hi, Vilma.
Wow. Okay, so for our viewers out there, you were in a group called the New Minstrels, and then of course, just so that they know, you also were an artist in Hong Kong with a TVB Pearl, so that's why we also know each other. It's been ages, so welcome to the show, and so glad to have you. How have you been?
Thank you, Vilma.
Yeah.
I've been very well, actually, and this pandemic taught me a lot of things. It's good to be on your own and make do of what is given with all the limitations that we have right now here in the Philippines. I was able to manage to do wonderful stuff like catch up on my reading, do a lot of reflecting, meditating, that sort of thing. And of course, most of the shows I do are all virtual. So this is my chance to be able to get to know this technology. And I teach at John Robert Powers as well. And they've been waiting for me to say go to teach online.
Yeah, well, what is that again?
It's a personality development setup, originally from New York. And it's a personality development thing, communication and how you carry yourself, how you dress up, grooming, social and business etiquette, visual poise, that sort of thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's very important. That's very popular because, you know, a lot of people, of course, like you said, during this pandemic, had a lot of soul searching, and it basically empowered the individual.
I totally agree with that. Well, you have to decide on your own.
Yes.
Because with the given, a lot of people get very depressed. But with me, I found it to be very helpful in being able to learn a lot more with the limitations of what you think you have.
Exactly.
There's a lot more to learn. There's a lot more to learn.
Exactly. There are no limits. You can do anything. It doesn't matter. You actually rise above it. You know, I was telling my friends that during the pandemic, I actually graduated 2020.
Yes, congratulations. I did congratulate you.
Yeah, from Berkeley College of Music. And then it's also the time that I started producing my own songs and, you know, putting it out there. So I'm a published artist already. So all this happened during the pandemic. So
There you go.
yeah. So basically, no excuses. That's all I can say. Are you going to be having a reunion with your new minstrels? Because I saw on your site that you did a few years back. How was that?
We've been doing a lot of joint reunions with the original batch and with other bands, which rival bands during our days.
Yes.
And the best thing that I think that happened after coming back is basically the retro scene was really hot in the 90s and even up to now. And people of our generation, the 70s music, are still looking for that kind of scene, which the generation of music now can never replicate. So basically what we did was Eugene and I spearheaded this concept of joining rival bands in the 70s to do a concert together, because in those days we never see eye to eye. So rival bands.
Yeah.
So
which bands were they that you put together? I saw that too.
We started with the circus band, where, if I may name the members who went solo, to start off, it was Tilly Moreno, Pat Castillo, Jackie Magno, amongst the ladies, and the gentlemen who came from that band were Basil Valdez, Haji Alejandro, and towards the end, Ray Anfuentes, who became a new minstrels towards the last part of the original batch. And with the new minstrels, we had 5 different batches. With the original batch, who went solo? Louis Reyes, myself, Eugene Villaluz. And with the second, there was none with the second batch. With the third batch, Joey Albert. With the fourth batch, Chad Borja went solo. So these were the singers that went on their own. So with the concept of joint circus band and new minstrels, we did that first in 2000. We did a new minstrels original reunion, and then I think 2001 we did a new minstrels and circus band. There was a lot of clamor for more reunions like that, with that set up in the 70s.
And I'm safely together through it all, as we should be, as we have been till now. Dreams, we have a share of dreams, and sometimes that we make.
So I remember when you were in Hong Kong. What year did you leave Hong Kong?
After winning the Asian singing contest in 77, representing the country,
Yeah.
that was when I got the offer initially to work for RTV in 1978. So RTV, Rediffusion Television, was the producer for the Asian singing contest to match the Miss Universe or Miss Hong Kong that Hong Kong TVB was still producing up to now. So initially I did RTV for a couple of years, and then I was asked to join TVB. I became a freelancer mid-80s, so I did a lot of the Miss Asia Pacific for ATV, Asian television. And then I left Hong Kong permanently in 89.
Oh, wow, okay. So you went back to the Philippines.
No, I migrated because that was the trend then.
Oh, okay, okay. I think
I
Canada.
migrated.
You go to Canada?
Yes,
Okay, you're Canadian.
yes, I am.
All right. You also went back to university?
I did liturgy because I went to La Salle. I didn't finish my course of engineering, but I went into singing instead. So I didn't go back to university. I studied liturgy because I'm very much active. I'm very much active with the church, with the Catholic Church. I'm a servant in my parish.
Yes.
And the Diocese of Cubao. And right now I'm working on being part of the Oblates of St. Benedict. So
yeah, that's what
that's
I
my
actually wanted to ask you about, what you are doing with your life at the moment.
I've been searching for the kind of spirituality that will go with my kind of personality. But initially, I was introduced to the Ignatian spirituality, but they do not have a third order. So I went into that. I was exposed to Ignatian is Jesuit, and with the parish that I'm a servant at, it's run by the Carmelite friars.
Okay.
And I went into the renewal, Catholic renewal, and now I'm working on hopefully becoming the oblates that I should be of St. Benedict. So I do the rule of St. Benedict, the spirituality of St. Benedict.
That's good. I'm happy for you that, people grow in certain times of their life, they take on something that has a lot of meaning for them. And, for now, it's yours, and it's wonderful because it's the right timing.
God is the right timing, the perfect timing for that matter.
Yes. Perfect timing, yes. live in LA, and this evening we welcome an amazing personality. We are zooming over to Switzerland and welcoming Donna Avellana Kunzler. She is celebrated author and most importantly, an entrepreneur. And what's amazing is we can have her on the show. So welcome, Donna.
Hi, Vilma. I'm so happy to be here. Thank you so much for inviting me.
You're so welcome, and thank you also for communicating and getting in touch with us, because this is so important what you're doing. So you are an author, and let's introduce them to your book. It is actually the Overseas Fabulous Pinay, or the OFAB. You had a short for that.
OVFABPINAY.
OVFABPINAY. Yeah.
This is the book.
Okay. Yes, I was actually gonna show you the digital copy, but I couldn't get it on my thing. But thank you so much. I do have the copy. And so tell us about this book, because I was just reading the introduction and I'm, so impressed, and I'm so happy that you're able to follow your dreams. So let's share with the audience how, you got there.
So first about the book. So the Overseas Fabulous Pinay, it's a modern Filipinas handbook on how to thrive abroad. So it's a self-help book, especially written for overseas Filipinas or Filipinas who are planning to move overseas. Because in there I tackle questions such as, what are the skills that you need to be able to survive overseas? How do you conduct yourself in the workplace? What are the things that you have to prioritize upon arriving in your destination, within the first 6 months? How do you make friends? How do you integrate eventually in your host country? I even touch on the financial side. So what are the important questions to ask yourself to plan for your future in terms of finances? And lastly, I also cover about self-love. So this book is really the only book that you'll ever need if you want to plan for your move abroad, or you want to make your life abroad more worthwhile. So how this came about a few years ago, I was doing a self-reflection, and I really had this urge to do something about my advocacies on women empowerment, education, and promoting the welfare of Filipinos overseas. And so, since I didn't have much money to donate anyway to charity or the time also to volunteer, and so I thought of, what can I do? What am I good at? And I was thinking, maybe you could give me credit for living overseas for a while. I've been overseas for 20 years now, and I have lived in a couple of countries, a number of cities, and there's so much learnings. It's not a bed of roses when you move overseas, especially if you do it more than once, because it's not like it's easy. Even though you've moved in more than one place, it's always different circumstances. Yeah,
I totally get you. I identify. I left, my family left the Philippines when I was 4.5 years old. Grew up in Japan, Hong Kong, then eventually moved to the US. But so many different cultures, and it's so rich to be able to adapt to the country. Because we were kids when we were growing up, it was easier for us to adapt. We just go, this is what we wake up to. But for you, having this roadmap and this guideline for the Filipino or Filipinas, but I'm sure that, not only just the Filipinas, but Filipinos in general, they'll be able to benefit from your book.
What I wrote are based on my experience. So when I was still single, as a career woman.
Right. Yeah. Give us an example of that. I'm just looking through your book here. People can see that I'm looking here because it's on my other side of the screen. Yeah. So share with us, like in general, what you think would benefit people in general. or Filipinos in
Let's
general?
say one of the things that I cover in my book is the power of connecting. So if you are thinking of moving abroad, just think, who do you know? And connect to those people. And it doesn't matter where your connections are. They may be where you are, like you're in the Philippines. You would think, who do they know? And this is how it started, you know, when I was moving from Singapore to US, I just tell my friends, I'm moving to US. I don't know anyone in this area. Who do you know? And all of a sudden, all the names popped up, you know, people who are actually in my circle. I didn't even know they were there, or a friend of a friend. So you'll be surprised, and you will have instant connections. And that's a great help because you can find information, up-to-date information. They can also help you when you arrive and help you settle in.
Yeah, so that's your community connection. So which part of the US did you live in?
I was living in San Jose, California, but mostly in LA for work. I was in where was I? Thousand Oaks.
Thousand Oaks. So it's like, yeah, just an hour or so from here. So I was also in the Bay Area, actually in Sunnyvale / Cupertino area for a while, and my sister still lives in that area. But yeah, and then you moved to Switzerland. So how was that?
So after US, I was in London for 4 years, and then I moved to Switzerland. Switzerland was a totally different ball game. First off is the language. So I had to deal now with a foreign language. Before it was all English, you know. I mean, even Singapore, yes, there's Chinese, but generally it's English. You can get by. Switzerland, it's hard. You need to learn. Well, it's quite complicated because Switzerland has many
German
dialects.
Yeah.
Swiss German, there's Swiss French, Swiss Italian. So I'm on the Swiss German part. And although business language is, they encourage you to learn German or High German, it's the hardest to learn because you don't hear it. So up to now, my skills are really bad still because I never had to use it for my work. I was always in a global role, and I really need to catch up now because now that I have a daughter, she would soon grow up and start speaking it. So I need to brush up on my skills. Yeah.
Right.
And even if Switzerland was like my fourth country, it still posed a couple of challenges. Yeah, it was the hardest to integrate in for me.
And here you are. This is probably going to be where you're at for a very long time.
Exactly.
Because now you're rooted and you have your family there.
Yes.
Right. Getting back to your book, you are embarking on a world tour, a virtual world tour. So give us a little bit of details on that.
So I'm covering a couple of countries where, you know, there's a big concentration of Filipinos, of course, worldwide. And I'm partnering with various Philippine embassies and consulates, as well as Filipino associations and media to help promote my book. So just like your show, of course, something similar, that I would be guesting and promoting my book. In other formats, it might be depending on who you know, you have a structured format, of course, but the others may be more I really have to do a proper event, like I do a talk or something, a longer Q&A, more interactive. So we'll see. So it's still in the planning stage. I'm not I couldn't say anything else yet, but the countries, of course, you know, the hotspots, you have US, Canada, Switzerland, Germany, Italy, Spain, Dubai, Saudi Arabia, Australia as well. And I hope I did not forget, of course, Philippines too. So yeah. So
as far as making that plan, is it just you yourself doing all the administration, all the contact, or you're one woman Wonder Woman?
I am, yeah. I'm a one woman one woman company at the moment.
People have kind of mentioned the same thing as me because for the show, well, I have Rosalie, who's such a sweetheart. She's an amazing personality in the Philippines. She's worked with media for such a long time. So she helps me with guests as well. And so we kind of talk and see who's guesting, who do I have, who does she have. And then from there, other than that, I record everything, edit everything. Now I've started doing all the technical stuff when we're broadcasting. But it's a lot of fun because, like you said, it empowers the individual, which is what your book is all about.
Correct, correct. And you learn a lot.
They're able to avail of your book right now, correct?
Yes, that's right. So it's available on Amazon, Barnes and Noble, Book Depository, all the major online retailers worldwide, and as well on my website. On my website, it's just the ebook at the moment, but I'm still waiting. So I have the lulu.com integration coming up. It's in the works where I can, after that, I can also sell the printed copies from my website at OVFABPINAY.com.
Hello viewers, it's Coco Abigail here. My new single NANANANA is live and is on all major streaming platforms. Thank you guys so much for your love and support. Bye guys.
Check out our shows on the GFN channel. Here they are.
GFN Global Filipino Network.
And my social media, you guys subscribe, okay? Yeah, follow me right here. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, Vilma D. Ramos. And on Instagram, I am Vilma Live in LA. Also subscribe to GFN channel. My music is on Spotify, Reverb Nation, YouTube Music, and my website is vilma.me. There you go, more social medias for you. And do remember, hit the subscribe button. And thank you guys so much for being on our show. I'd like to thank Donna Avellana Kunzler for being a guest, Ding Mercado again. So you guys are just so terrific. Thank you so much for guesting on the show. And Miss Coco Abigail, love you. Love your new song. Love your new single. Thank you also to the other kids, my nieces and nephews, Zara, Ziana, and Zach. And most of all, thank you to you for being so wonderful always, every single week. You guys make my heart melt. So from me to you,